Good day, everybody, and welcome to Open Studio on Cape Town TV. My name is Ashley Brandt, and welcome to the show. Now, to all the foodie lovers, you're probably wondering, why are these food on the table? Because I'm very excited today because I have Mr. Pandy here today, and he is the gentleman who invented one of Cape Town's favorite dishes, the lekker Gatsby. So, Mr. Pandy, welcome to the show.
It's a pleasure.
How are you feeling?
But nervous with all the bright lights, but
don't nervous, relax. If you feel a bit that you're stuttering, whatever, just grab a piece of Gatsby. We can just go with the flow, you know. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up? Where do you come from, and where did you grow up?
Well, I was born in Claremont.
Nice.
Born in Claremont, and then we have to move from Lansdowne during the apartheid era. And that's why we moved in '73. We went down to Lansdowne. That's where I'm still staying in Lansdowne.
Wow, in Lansdowne.
In Lansdowne, yeah.
Nice. Cape Flats. That's how we do it. Listen, tell us a story about the Gatsby.
All right. Look, I had a plot in Lansdowne, and just before I got married, okay, I want to clear the plot. And if the plot is open, people dump all the stuff. So one day I got these three guys, actually four. Froggy was actually the main guy of them. You contact him, the guy, and he'll get the rest of the guys, and we went to clear the plot for us. Okay. And I left a message. When we come back, they must leave some fish and chips for us, you see.
Okay.
After we done that, and I promised these guys the food for them, you see. But when we got back to the shop, there was nothing.
Oh.
So I had to scout around and see there was some chips left. And there was
Which was hot chips?
Hot chips, yeah.
Okay.
And there was some of the round Portuguese bread that was left. And bologna. So I heated up the chips, heated up the bologna, and the homemade acha that my dad showed me how to do. And I put it on top. And I cut it into wedges. And I gave it to the guys to eat, you see. And this one guy, Froggy, he was out there, the outspoken one, famous with these one-liners and things like that.
Yes.
And we ate, and I also had a piece because I was also a bit hungry.
You were also hungry, yes.
And then Froggy listened to me, Lani, this is a smash, man. It's a Gatsby smash. And, it just clicked, something clicked into me. And I took myself, I'm tasting it, and it not tasting bad. And in those days, the fish and chips, they were only selling fish and chips and chip rolls, you see. They were only selling that. So the next morning, I took one of those Portuguese breads, two of actually, and I made the same concept with the chips, heated bologna and the acha on top, and cut it into wedges, and I put it on the counter. And I asked the people what they think about it, you see. And from there, everybody liked it.
Did you ever think that the Gatsby, that it would become so big?
No, never. Because a lot of people asked, why did you patent it? I didn't even know it was going to get that big, you see. I never knew.
So it wasn't even a plan? It wasn't even anything?
It wasn't planned, it just happened by accident.
Oh, my word.
Yeah. And it's only like in 89,
yes,
when the Cape Argus came around to me.
Yes.
And there was a picture of me and a write-up about me in August 79, okay. 89, sorry. That the people then afterwards, Radio Jacaranda, mostly the radios phoned me and I spoke on the radio, see.
Yes.
But in the 90s, it really started towards the end of the 90s, and in 2000, it just went mad.
It went mad, so it just went viral. It just went
mad, yeah.
Because
but in the 80s, wasn't that bad. It's only since when the Argus came to me.
Okay.
And it was in a big paper photo of me in the Saturday Night's Argus.
Wow. Tell me, how does it feel that the Gatsby, the name, that it went into one of the world's famous books?
I don't know. Look, a lot of people say, I can't remember if that time, opposite that time was three cinemas in Athlone.
Yeah.
Was the Athlone Theatre, the Kishmet, and the Empire.
Yes.
And the Gatsby were playing that time. And this Froggy, like I said, he was great. He always come talk, and he talk a lot of nonsense sometimes, but sometimes he always, the one line is always the one that he's always famous for. He always used to say, he's reading this book now. I say, what book, Froggy? He says, Spot on the Wall. I say, but who's the author then? Hoef lang dang. You see, that's the type. He was famous with these things, man. Everybody knew Froggy.
Okay, for net nonsense praat.
Everybody knew Froggy. Everybody. And actually, he's the one that gave the name, you see.
The name Gatsby.
Yeah. And then afterwards, my name, the shop of the name is Super Fisheries. So
Yes.
I just put it the Super Gatsby.
Wow. Now you've briefly shared with us how it started out because you fed these guys with making and inventing the Gatsby, and the next day you had more people when you created this again. What was the people's response?
No, it was great, man. It was great. Everybody said, no, man, you must put this on a menu.
So they just loved it and said, let's go for it. Whatever.
Let's go for it.
Did you ever think of like starting a takeaway or?
No, because I had the one side of my shop is the fresh fish in front.
Okay,
and the
okay,
takeaways
that's-
are on
okay.
the other side, you see. The takeaways are on the other side.
Wow.
And like the people who came back to me afterwards, and they said that it is nice, but it's not easy to handle, to cut this stuff in wedges, you see.
Yes.
So they asked me to make it on a long bread, and you have to listen to your customers also, you see.
Absolutely.
And then we start making it on
Yes.
on a long bread, you see.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about the story behind Super Fisheries.
Look, my dad was next door. I'm the only son, and he was in the butcher trade.
Okay.
But in those years, we Muslim, being Muslim, everything
Yes.
must be halal. And there was Portuguese in Athlone with fish and chips, and my dad always said, you don't go and buy stuff there. You don't know what they fry in the oil and things like
Okay.
that. you see.
Yes.
But I was for 6 years with my dad in the butcher. And then when he goes to the airport, then I love fish and chips, you see. Then I'll go in to buy fish and chips. You see. And then when the people's lease expired next to the butcher, I asked my dad to set me up, but he wasn't very keen because I'm the only son. I got 3 sisters, you see. But I kept on hammering my mom, and eventually he decided.
Wow.
And he actually told me that time, you want to go into food business, but don't sell things to people that you don't want to eat yourself. No?
Yes. I hear you.
That's what he told me.
That's amazing. Now, there's a saying that they always say that value for money, which is the Gatsby, and I think because a lot of people can eat from this Gatsby. Now, I would like to know from you, when you started out selling these Gatsbys, what did it sell for at that time, and what is it selling now, and how many people can eat from a Gatsby?
Well, a Gatsby, easy, you can see 4 or 5, but most of the people, 90% cut it in 4.
Okay.
Cut
Yes.
into the long, cut it in 4. Then we got a super baby also, there's half of that, and that we just cut in half for the people. And
Starting out, what did it sell for? What was the selling price?
I think it was about 150 it was selling.
R1.50.
150, yeah. Because when I started off, a parcel fish and chips was 35 cents.
Wow.
35 cents. Everything was cheap in those years.
No,
and
of
then
course,
you must
yes.
remember those years, a bag of potato wasn't
Yes.
10 kilos, was a 15-kilo bag.
Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. I think we're just going to go on a small break and then we'll continue on that. I'm trying to focus, guys, because I'm very hungry. My stomach is grumbling, but we'll take a short break and we'll be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Open Studio on Cape Town TV. My name is Ashley Brandt and I'm very excited because, guys, I've got food all over me, but it's just lekker Gatsby's. So I'm chatting here with Mr. Pandy and he's the inventor of the Gatsby. It's one of Cape Town's favorite sandwiches. Mr. Pandy, now one of my favorite Gatsby's personally is the Full House Steak Gatsby. What are some of Cape Town's people's favorite Gatsby's and recipes? What is it that they like?
Look, the important thing about the Gatsby is everything on the Gatsby must complement one another.
Yes.
Yeah. You see, the roll must be nice and fresh. The salads, wherever you put on there, your chips must be right. So it must, and especially the sauce combination.
Yes.
You see,
Okay.
you can't come to that clash with one another.
Yeah.
One must
complement each
with
other.
So that's the important thing of a Gatsby. And to be successful, your quality must be consistent. That is very important.
Yes.
You must give consistent quality for the people, you see, that's all.
That's nice. And the gentleman that named the Gatsby, is he still around?
No, he passed on for
What was his name again?
Froggy.
Froggy.
I don't really want it. Everybody called him
That
Froggy.
was his nickname.
That was his nickname.
Sy bynaam, soos
Sy
ons kan sê,
bynaam.
sy bynaam,
That's
ja.
right, yes. Sy bynaam. But how can I put it? They came to his sister, actually still stays in Q and she came to tell me that he passed on, you see that. But
Okay.
that was about 10, 15 years ago.
And where is your takeaways based?
It's in Athlone, the old CBD of Athlone, where the
Okay.
Athlone court and the police station is.
Yes.
That section of Athlone, that's the old CBD of Athlone.
And what does the Gatsby's sell for these days?
Well, the
Price range,
normal,
if I may ask.
mine is still very competitive because a lot of people, I don't take cards.
Yes.
Because see, the banks, they are 4 to 4.5% for the usage of the card, you see.
Yes.
So then you have to push up your prices, you.
I hear you.
So,
Yes.
so I keep my stuff competitive, you see.
Yes. Yes.
People want good stuff at a reasonable price. They don't want really cheap stuff also.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
are very, very particular what they eat nowadays. And they don't think you can sell anything to the people, especially the walkers and the taxi guards. They're very fussy.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
But they are your loyal customers.
No,
you see.
that's true.
They
Yes.
are your loyal customers. You
So
see.
you need to please them. You need to always make sure that they're coming back.
Because they're coming back. That's
No,
important.
absolutely. Tell me, there was something I wanted to ask you. Let me just get to that. What is the Gatsby? What is the role that the Gatsby play in society?
Well, it brings people together.
True, eh?
Yeah, it brings people together. They like to, look, they come to the shop and they sit and buy. They smell outside in the car. There's 4 or 5 guys. They smell on the boot, open the thing on the boot of the car, and they start eating the Gatsby.
Music is on.
And music on, and
Having a guava juice and just.
that's right, and enjoying themselves, running them. They need more serviettes and things like that. but that is all part of it, man.
Nice, nice, nice. What is one of your favorite Gatsbys? What is your favorite one?
My favorite Gatsby.
Yes, your personal favorite one.
I love calamari, the calamari Gatsby.
The calamari one.
Yeah, calamari Gatsby.
Nice, nice.
I love.
Why is that?
I just love calamari.
Okay.
I love calamari.
You're a seafood lover.
I'm a seafood lover, yeah.
That's it. Now we're in the Heritage Month, and how do you think that the Gatsby relate to the uniqueness of South Africa?
Well, I would say it's right on top there. I think so, because everybody, even the youngsters, everybody that you talk about, they're talking about the Gatsby. Yes? And it's very seldom that you hear a youngster that haven't heard about the Gatsby. Because I can see with all the schools around, the moms, they must come around because the youngsters want Gatsby. you see.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
So I think it plays a very important role
Yeah, it does.
in our society today.
Have you had any tourists that tasted your Gatsby, and what was their response?
A lot of tourists who come around. I'm telling you, I won't believe. Yesterday, a guy phoned me from Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
If I got a menu on, because he heard about us, and he's coming in December. So I said, I'll be busy with a new menu because I had my old shop, all the signboards and everything upgraded, you see.
Yes.
So be busy with the new build. But I'll let him know about it.
That's nice. And any famous people that tasted your Gatsby? Your delicious foods?
Well, how can I put it? The most famous one is Trevor Manuel.
Did they have a manual?
Trevor Manuel.
Lekker.
He used to stay in Eisenthal,
Okay,
those in the
yes.
apartheid era. And he always used to come into the shop.
Okay.
Always 50 cents and counting out his money and things like that. We haven't, most of the time he was on the run sometimes, you see. And then when he got his first portfolio as one of the ministers, I sort of wonder if Trevor will still remember us now that he's now there on top, you
Yes.
see. But he still used to come. He came to the last. He came with his wife Maria.
Wow.
Maria, because he stays in Kensington. He grew up in Kensington.
Amazing. Mr. Pandy, how does it feel like, we can go into any takeaway shop and then you will see people selling Gatsby's. How does that feel to know that you're the man behind that? Did you inspire these people? You invented this, because you can go into any takeaway shop and you see there's a Gatsby.
Gatsby's, yeah. It makes you feel good because you did something for the community, you see.
Absolutely.
A lot of people come to you. I said, no, man, that is not the criteria. The criteria is that we did something for the community and the people benefit from it. So
Yes.
that makes me feel, because money for patent and these things, that is not that is not life, man. That's
Yeah.
not life. If everybody's happy around you, you feel great. You see.
Yes.
That's the
yes.
important thing
Yes.
about it.
And what do you think is the future for the Gatsby?
I think it will keep on going, keep growing, and the variations will improve.
Will improve, obviously.
Definitely
yeah.
there will be because they're improving all the time.
Yes.
You see. And a lot of people come, they must put like what they want is prawn Gatsby's and things like that. But the prawns it's varied because they imported around the Rand dollar exchange, because the prices are not always the same, so it's going to vary. So I'll stick to the set menu that I got at the moment.
Yeah.
But important thing, you have to listen to your customers also, you see.
No, true.
You have to-
When you started this, what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced?
About the
The Gatsby, yeah.
The biggest problem was that a lot of people, when it came here, they said bologna, then they wanted more and more. The variations must come in. you see.
Yes.
But yeah, like you can't just put something on that doesn't taste nice. So you have to do it and get the right taste and what sauce combinations work together, you see. And that is the important thing, you see. That is the important thing. That's important.
How can we get a hold of you if we want to get one of your favorite Gatsbys?
Well, a lot of people phone that they take a phone order and the people come pick up. I tell them 20 minutes or 15 minutes and they come pick up the Gatsby. That's no problem. The numbers is available.
And do you have a social media field, anything like that?
No,
Like
not really.
no, you don't.
No,
Okay.
no.
So what is your contact number, like if we want to?
Well, the shop number that I gave it, the 696-9833, or my cell number 083-434-7744.
That's nice. What would your message be to the South Africans that you would give them out for in Heritage Month?
Oh yeah, the next month.
To the youngsters, what would your message be to the youngsters?
Well, the important thing is stay focused,
Yeah.
love your fellow beings, and do if you do things, go into something, go red hot into it. Don't go lukewarm into it.
Okay.
Go red hot into it,
Awesome.
and you will always be successful. And
Nice.
always, like you always have to be in this type of business, food business, like I am. You have to be hands-on all the time.
Absolutely. We're going to go on a short break, guys. We'll be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Open Studio on Cape Town TV. My name is Ashley Brandt. Now, if you've just joined us, I'm speaking to the founder, the creator of the Gatsby, one of Cape Town's favorite sandwiches. And we have some lekker Gatsby's here in the studio. And I'm very excited just to dig my teeth into it, guys. But before we get into that, I'm just going to ask Mr. Pandy just a little bit more questions. Mr. Pandy, how many staff members do you have in your business?
Well, at the moment, there's 12 of the girls and men that work for me.
Okay.
And most of the staff, they're very long with me.
Okay.
Like Max, he's the longest, he's about 35 years with me.
35 years. Wow.
Sunny and Saini, they are over 30 years with me already. The girls, Pat and Mari, they're the longest, they're close to 20 years with me.
Wow. And are they family members or?
No, not family, but we are a big family.
You've become a family.
We become a family. We all work together.
That's nice. They say food and music bring everybody together.
That is true.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about the write-up that you had with Kuier magazine and the Namibia papers. How did that feel?
No, it was great because the Kuier magazine, they came around and they interviewed me. Then a friend of mine from Namibia, he phoned me and he told me, listen, there's a big write-up about you and a picture about you with the Gatsby. And the headline said, the Gatsby is a great feast, and it's good for a babalas also. That was in the papers, yeah. That was in the papers.
That's actually true because I think Gatsby is good for babalas because in my experience with my friends as well, I've seen them always like just, and I think it's the easiest and the quickest and the most efficient thing to grab for after a lekker babalas and just go for a Gatsby, you know. So yeah, I vow for that one. There's also, how does it feel with your Gatsby being in the magazine on South African Airways and British Airways magazine on the plane?
Yes, because especially with British Airways, that two ladies came in, they just came from the airport, they brought a magazine, what they say, you're famous, look there.
Wow.
It was, I think it was September 2016.
In 2016.
And then they brought me, and afterwards South African Airways also had one of mine in there.
Wow. Now, this Gatsby is literally staring at me and is shouting my name, Ashley, 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 Ashley. So I think I'm just going to dig into there. Can you just share with us quickly what is on this Gatsby? And what do you call this one?
That is the Mega Gatsby.
Okay.
And that's also what the people requested, you see. They say, because there's bologna, Venice, and Russians on there with the chips. And how can I put it? They requested because they said, if there's a Gatsby like that, then they got everything on there. They don't have to buy a Vienna Gatsby or bologna Gatsby or Russian. They got everything on one. So I created a mega, I call it a Mega Gatsby.
A Mega Gatsby.
A Mega Gatsby.
Now, is this the most popular one or the very famous one?
Look, I would say the bologna one is still the most popular one because it is most probably the cheapest one, you see.
And do you have any so lekker mense. Do you have any secret sauce that people sometimes ask for, like to go on your Gatsby's?
Yeah, so look at the variety of sauces that I got. It's the acha, the one that we started off, the acha. And then it's the seafood sauce, the tartar sauce, peri peri, chutney, barbecue sauce. There's
Yes.
such a lot of sauces, man. Yeah.
To go back to the acha sauce, is the acha sauce is a recipe that your dad made? Is that correct?
Yeah, and we still make it.
And
he
you
won't-
still make it.
we still, you won't believe we, every week we make 4 25 liters.
You make 4 25
25
liters of acha.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, without jokes. 24, 4 of that 25 liters we make.
And what goes into that acha?
Well, it's veggies that are boiled.
Is it like a chutney?
Yeah, it's almost like a chutney, and
Yeah.
it's boiled, and then we put it through the mincer, and then we put the spices on there.
Wow. And how does the, like having a takeaways, how does the day start? Like what time does your day start with opening the business? Like how does it go?
Well, we start at 8:30, but I'm normally there about. There's a lot of preparation work in
Yes.
this type of. So I normally get there with the 2 guys, and then we got here about something 7 o'clock, 7:15. That's the time that I'm every morning at the shop.
I don't even know how to get into this because I'm just going to take a huge bite and then
Well, that's the only way to do it.
this is the only way to do this, guys, so don't judge me. This is bologna and Vienna.
Vienna and Russian.
And what sauce is on here?
There's peri-peri and tomato sauce on that one. You see the combination with the guys. Sometimes people come put full house and they want 6, 7 different sauces. I don't know. I always ask them, can you taste it? They say, no, we like it that way. If they like it that way, I'm not going to worry. As long as they're happy.
It keeps the business going.
As long as they're happy, you see, that's the important part of it. As long as they're happy.
Right. I absolutely love this because this is nice. I haven't had a Gatsby in a very long time because I think it was last week that I mentioned to my partner, I'm craving a Gatsby. And I think this is just God sent that you're here today. And now I'm having a Gatsby for free, live on TV. Absolutely amazing. I just love it. I just love it. And your favorite one you said was the calamari one, eh?
The calamari one. That's
Calamari wine. Tell me, what is your trading hours with your business?
Well, it's from 8:30 till 6 o'clock. That's Mondays till Thursdays. And Fridays, with an hour later, till 6:30. No, half an hour, sorry, till 6:30. And Saturdays are closed early now, from 8 till 3. Clean
From
up.
8 till 3.
Yeah, 8 till 3.
You close on Sundays.
Close on Sundays, ja.
Die Sabbatdag, ons rustdag.
Ons moet rustig en ons raak ouer op ons nou.
Yes, eh?
Can I go?
How long have you been in this business?
45 years.
40.
I opened January 1974.
1974.
January 1974.
Ek was eers gebore nie.
I was 22, I'm now 67.
67.
Yeah.
Wow, that is amazing. And you have your family members that's also involved in this?
No, not really.
Not really.
But my
okay.
wife comes if we really need her. But otherwise, she's how can I put? Fridays and Saturdays she normally comes there. You see.
That is
Because, but like I said, we're a big family and we all work together.
Do you ever have moments where you go into another takeaway shop and you try their Gatsby's out?
Well, there's in Athlone, these people that sometimes I'm still involved with the cricket and sometimes
Yes.
the guys bring and they say, yeah, you always make Gatsby's, yes, this from Anissa's Gatsby's or things like that. And I taste the stuff, but it's not that long. And they have a look at thing, how they construct the thing, how they put it together and things like that.
And it's,
Yeah, there are a few places that sell decent Gatsby's.
yes, yes.
Sell decent Gatsby's. But I would say the majority of the stuff is just average, but there's a few that make good Gatsby's.
Mr. Pandy, I've really enjoyed the show. This was incredible. This was nice. This was... Ek kan nie wag om my tande net weer in te kry nie. So thank you very much for having us today. Thank you for sharing your story with us. It's great and I wish you everything of the best. Thank you guys for watching and I'm going to continue with my Gatsby. God bless. Goodbye. Thank you for watching.